Hello everyone, and my name's Bobmich. Welcome back to a little bit more Star Citizen. We're going to round off the week with a little snapshot of the updates going on within the verse this week and around CIG in general. I know things have been a bit quiet on the gameplay side from me, but that's because Alpha 3.2 is now out to the EVA Carty members. I'm not myself an avocado, so I haven't been able to sink my teeth into the new content yet, but as ever, some has been leaked because some people just can't help themselves. I won't post any here to preserve integrity, however I am very excited for when Concierge and subscribers get their version of the PTU release. Around the Verse gave us some very juicy tidbits for 3.3 in September. Even though we haven't got 3.2 yet, Hurston and its moons and all their biomes are looking brilliant and are progressing very well. And even though much of it is kind of a first pass when it comes to art and assets, such as trees and foliage in general, because those things are not easy to do en masse from scratch, it's looking very promising, and I think it's going to be a great turning point when players can land within a woodland or a forest area, or even a city now that I think about it, and they can remove their helmets without danger of their heads bursting from vacuum or suffocating because of an incorrect atmosphere. We also got another little teeny weeny tease of the interior of the Constellation Phoenix. I love the Connie, and had it not been for the 600i appearing on the scene, then I would have stuck with my Aquila that I now have as my daily driver. I don't own a Phoenix, but I do love the idea of being a fancy kind of Uber style driver slash chauffeur for VIPs with one, and it's shaping up to look very classy indeed. I'm sorely tempted by one. Plus it's got a fish tank in it, and I have to admit, as a reef keeper, I'm a sucker for fish tanks and exotic marine life. There was a little peek at the Vandal Blade as well, as its landing gear and animations are complete, as well as the Hurricane's final art pass, and even a little look at how the Mustang reworks are doing as well. Most of ATV, however, was dedicated to the two new first-person light machine guns that are being added into 3.2. The Gemini F-55 Ballistic LMG and the Klaus & Werner Demeco Energy LMG. The F-55 is a very exotic looking shoulder mounted minigun built from premium materials, as well as having integrated liquid cooling. This kind of sounds like the thing that Linus Tech Tips might build or review for giggles, and it's a very showy weapon meant to do a lot of damage and intimidation at close range. Whereas the Klaus & Werner Demeco is a more rugged, standard military issue kind of LMG, less of a showpiece and more of an everyday weapon that's essentially a scaled up version of the Gallant energy rifle, and it's intended to have a little bit more range than the F-55. They're both looking very meaty and fun to use, although I remember that people were saying the F-55 didn't quite feel punchy enough. This looks like it was addressed in ATV yesterday, so that's really cool to see. They both look hell of fun to use, and I'm not much of an LMG user myself. I prefer my sniper rifles, which left me a bit wanting yesterday because we didn't get another look at the Kastak Arms Scalpel, which is shaping up to be my new favourite toy to carry around on my back with that recoil barrel. It's very cool. On the topic of sniper rifles, however, the subscriber flare for June has been unveiled, and this month we get reskinned versions of the current sniper rifle in game, the Arrowhead. It's the same skin colours as we've had over the previous months, so the Centurion subs get a royal blue toned version, and the Imperator subs get that one, as well as a bronze Pathfinder version, which is looking very pretty, and I'll probably abuse the bejesus out of. It might be something fun to camp the drug lab with for a bit. Other things from the week include a little look at life support updates in the future, and how it'll tie to one device in your ship and how it can be damaged and repaired, although that's a little way off yet. As well as a teaser for a new Drake ship, which everyone seems to think is the Vulture, although the image that was cleaned up on Reddit after being teased in the video was also compared to a printer toner, so take that as you will. Reverse the Verse earlier covered some more topics, nothing on the Carrack for those poor fanboys, and they didn't even find out if they'll get a 600i as a loaner yet, although the main key piece was that more of the core tech got pushed back to 3.3 sadly on the roadmap. Rounding off this video then, BoardGamer had a section in one of his videos about a potential new law within the EU, so if you're an EU citizen, which also includes Britbong land for the moment, at least until our lovely politicians see which marker their spin the bottle game lands on next, this is very worth a few moments of your time to look over and get involved and try to stamp it out. Basically TLDRing it for you, I can tell you it's the EU version of the Kill the Net Neutrality Act, which, as I'm sure you're aware, Mr. Trump decided to chuck into the sin bin over in Muricaland. So let's lead by example and show him how we look after our internets, yes? I'll include a link to Board's video for you all below, and we can get rid of the bloody thing. I'd also like to give a little congratulations to Mr. Board as well. He finally got his silver YouTube button for the vacant space on his wall for his 100k subs. He deserves your views if you're into Star Citizen in any capacity, and being able to sit, chat and game with him and his lovely stream team, as well as meeting Cameron from CIG when we're at Insomnia, is basically what spurred me into redoing the whole YouTube thing and start making my own content of the gameplay variety. On that, I haven't jumped into the game that much, as we're in the calm before the storm before the 3.2 PTU, and I've been playing a lot of Holdfast and City Skylines and a few other games, so I don't burn out on Star Citizen. However, I do have a stream of the Scavenger Hunt from Sync last weekend that I may move over onto YouTube. I ended up very embarrassingly rage quitting as I was leading in it, and then my client crashed and I couldn't get back into the server. I wasn't a very happy player at all. But we did get a couple of lucky winners who won Origin 85Xs. So fun was had all round. Add to that the winners were announced for the Arena Commander and Star Marine tutorials, which I did enter and I came third for the Arena Commander one, and won an Avenger Titan game package, so that more than made up for it and gave me no excuse really to be more of a grumpy git than I normally am. That's this week's Gubbins then, folks. Soon we'll all be able to hit the PTU and I will finally be able to sit in my wonderful 600i. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you all in the PTU in a couple of weeks.